Imagine that you have just finished a very stressful meeting at work. Your heart rate is finally starting to slow down as you return to your desk. You take a deep breath and a small sip of water, and you believe that you are ready to dive straight into your next difficult task. You assume that because you feel calm, your recovery is complete. However, new scientific research suggests that the real work of stress recovery does not happen in those first few minutes of calming down. Instead, it happens about 1 hour later during a period that scientists are now calling a resilience window. The way that you spend this specific hour might matter much more for your long-term health than you have ever realized. To understand why this is happening, we must look at what stress actually does to your brain in real time. When you encounter a major stressor, such as a difficult conversation or a looming deadline, your salience network kicks into high gear. You cannot think of this network as an internal alarm system that helps you detect threats and focus your attention and respond quickly to a crisis. This is why you feel hyper-alert or on edge when you are under pressure. Your brain is doing exactly what it is designed to do, which is prioritizing your survival over every other function. But that heightened state of alarm is not meant to last forever. What happens when the system finally quiets down is where your true internal resilience is built. Researchers at University College London wanted to understand what happens in the brain not just during the moment of stress, but in the critical hours that follow. They conducted a study involving 88 participants to track their brain activity before and during and after a stress-inducing task. The scientists used a combination of functional magnetic resonance imaging and electroencephalography to get a complete picture of the neural response. They found that the human brain underwent a significant shift exactly 60 minutes after the stressful event ended. This 60-minute mark is the beginning of the restoration process. During this window, the salience network that acts as the threat detection system finally becomes quiet. In its place, a different system called the default mode network becomes much more active. The default mode network is the resting state system of the brain. It is involved in self-reflection and memory consolidation and emotional processing. In other words, this is the time when your brain makes sense of what just happened and files that information away in a healthy manner. This transition from external vigilance to internal restoration is the true resilience window. This is the moment when your brain shifts from reacting to the world to recovering from the world. This discovery is very important for mental health management. The researchers also looked at participants who were experiencing symptoms of depression. They found that these individuals showed a much weaker recovery during this 60-minute window. For those with depression, the shift from the salience network to the default mode network was much less pronounced. This research could help explain why some people seem to bounce back from stress more easily than others. It is not just about how you respond in the heat of the moment, but it is about what your brain does in the full hour afterward. The exciting news from this study is that this window of time is something that you can target with your own lifestyle choices. If we know when the brain is primed for recovery, we can support that process intentionally. You can help your brain shift from the alarm state to the restoration state by being mindful of your post-stress hour. There are several science-backed ways to protect this natural recovery process in your daily life. First, you should give yourself a buffer. After a stressful event, you should resist the urge to immediately jump into the next demanding or difficult task. Your brain needs time to transition out of its threat detection mode. If you force yourself to work on something intense right away, you are preventing the default mode network from doing its job. Second, you should engage in low-demand activities. This is the perfect time for a short walk or a cup of herbal tea or some quiet time. The goal is to let your resting state network reboot without any competing demands for your attention. Third, you must avoid high-stimulation inputs during this hour. Many people choose to browse social media or watch the news after a stressful event. This behavior, which is often called doom scrolling, can keep your internal alarm system activated for much longer than is necessary. You must give your brain a true break from external demands if you want it to recover properly. Fourth, you should consider gentle mindfulness or simple breath work. Practices that encourage an internal focus can support the shift to the activity of the default mode network. Even just a few minutes of slow and intentional breathing can help signal to your brain that the danger has passed. The primary takeaway from this research is that true stress resilience is not about how quickly you can calm your heart rate in the moment. It is about what happens in the 60 minutes following the event, when your brain shifts from reacting to restoring. The next time you finish a stressful task, you should consider protecting that 1-hour window. Do not immediately pivot to the next crisis in your life. Instead, you should give your brain the quiet space it needs to do what it does best, which is to recover and process and build resilience for your next challenge. We are very interested to hear how you spend your time after a difficult day or a hard meeting at work. You should share your own recovery rituals in the comment section below, so we can learn new ways to manage our stress together. If you found this explanation of the resilience window helpful, please think about subscribing to the channel for more evidence-based health insights. Supporting your brain health is a journey that requires patience and a bit of silence. We wish you a peaceful transition into your next hour of recovery, and we hope you find the space you need to thrive. This period of internal processing is essential for your emotional stability and your cognitive performance. Researchers continue to find that these small gaps in our daily schedule are the keys to long-term mental resilience and well-being. By respecting the 60-minute window, you are investing in the health of your nervous system and ensuring that you are ready for whatever comes next in your life. This period of internal processing is essential for your emotional stability and your cognitive performance. Researchers continue to find that these small gaps in our daily schedule are the keys to long-term mental resilience and well-being. By respecting the 60-minute window, you are investing in the health of your nervous system and ensuring that you are ready for whatever comes next in your life. This period of internal processing is essential for your emotional stability and your cognitive performance. Researchers continue to find that these small gaps in our daily schedule are the keys to long-term mental resilience and well-being. By respecting the 60-minute window, you are investing in the health of your nervous system and ensuring that you are ready for whatever comes next in your life.